we will call to order the regularly scheduled meeting of the Shola Planning and Zoning Commission for October 23rd, 2018. Roll call shows all commissioners present. Invocation this evening will be done by Commissioner Adams and the pledge by Commissioner Burns. Will you all please rise?
Our Father in heaven, we are very grateful to have had the opportunity to meet together this night and to discuss our beautiful community and how we can better improve and to grow. We pray that Thy will be with us as we discuss these things, Father, that we'll be able to have Thy presence here. We're grateful for all of our opportunities. We're grateful for those men who serve this country and protect us and keep us safe. And we humbly say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Please follow me in the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, as is normal, there is no old business to visit this evening, so we'll proceed directly to the new business. The first item on the agenda is consideration of conditional use permit 602-04-215 submitted by Ryan and Rhonda Ellsworth to allow for a guest house on property located at 1301 East Whipple, that being also known as Assessor's Parcel Number 210-31-015A. And Mr. Tagaskis, will you update us?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Following the preparation of the staff report, staff received the information from an adjacent property owner regarding this project and this property related to property lines and the location of the home that's in question. Based on that, there are some issues that need to be resolved between property owners. And as a result, staff is recommending that this item be tabled until such time that these issues are able to be resolved, at which time we would then bring it back to the commission for a formal hearing and action.
Okay. If obviously no questions or whatever, if there's anybody in the public who would like to speak to this item this evening, you are certainly welcome to do so. Otherwise,
we would need a motion and a second.
Correct.
And a majority of the commission to vote in favor to table this item.
So you just need a second?
Motion and a second.
Okay. Okay. I make a motion that we table it. APN 210-310159 until the issues are taken care of.
Okay. We have a motion and a Commissioner Bishop. We have a second. All right. Any further questions, I guess? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We will consider that item tabled until further notice. That leads to agenda item number 2, which is consideration of conditional use permit 602-04-216 submitted by First Cup LLC to allow for a drive-through coffee shop on property located at 4551 South White Mountain Road, that being Assessor's Parcel Number 210-03-149. And again, Mr. Tagaskis.
I'm afraid I have a similar statement to make on this one. We have been contacted by the owner of the adjacent property, Sears. They have concerns with the layout of the proposed drive-through, particularly in relation to impacts on parking and ingress-egress from that shopping center through the southernmost driveway. As a result, we have been discussing this with the applicant and recommended that this item also be tabled to allow the two parties to discuss and come up with a solution that is equal to both and will address both needs. As a result, we're also recommending that this one be tabled to allow for those discussions to take place prior to commission action.
Okay. We'll go through the same process again. If there's anybody in the audience this evening who would like to speak on this topic, you're welcome to come forward and do so at this time. Okay, seeing nobody, I'll entertain a motion from the commission.
I make a motion that we table APN 212-03149 until the issues can be resolved.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Second by Commissioner Bishop and another second by Commissioner Adams. Okay, any further questions? All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion will be tabled again until further notice. That leads us to our call to the public. And anybody out there who would like to speak on any issue over which we might have jurisdiction, please feel free to come forward at this time. And seeing nobody, we'll close the call to the public. That will lead us to the approval of minutes from the July 24th meeting. Been a while, hasn't it?
Mhm.
All right. Hopefully you've had a chance to look through them. All those in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion.
A motion.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Approve.
Thank you.
I second.
All right,
We're a little
motion
rusty.
approved. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it again. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The minutes are considered approved. That leads us to the summary of current events, and we'll start with Commissioner Bishop.
Just real simple, don't forget to vote. That's all I have.
Commissioner Barron's,
That's a ditto.
Commissioner Adams. Welcome.
Thank you.
Commissioner Hudson. Anything, sir?
No.
All right.
I just
Clark.
want to welcome Chris. I think he'll be a great addition. I know he's been a local business person in the community for as long as I can remember, when he was working for RSC, and I think he'll be a great addition. So I just want to welcome him. And, obviously it's a huge loss to have Mr. Barry gone. I think we all consider him a very good friend, and I think Chris has big shoes to fill, but we wish the Barry family the best at this time. So.
Great.
I
Vice
also
Chair Robertson.
want to say that I think Mr. Barry was one of the hardest working men I'd ever met and always had a smile on his face. And I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to have served on this commission with him. I also want to add, please do get out and vote. It's very important. We also have Halloween coming up, so watch out for all our little ghosts and goblins. It's going to be really cool this year. And I also want to welcome Chris. Thank you.
I guess I'll fourth that, whatever it is. Nice to have a full crew again, and I can't agree more with Commissioner Clark's remarks. If Commissioner Hudson brings the same spirit and the same passion and the same concern for the city going forward as Commissioner Berry did, we're going to be good. So, Mr. Tragaskis.
Everything I was going to say has already been said. Remember to vote. Be careful for Halloween. Condolences specifically and particularly to the Barry family. We're going to miss Don. I remember the last conversation I had with him, which was about 2 weeks before his passing. He was still very interested in what was going on in the city, very interested in fulfilling his role as a commissioner, even just shortly before his passing, and set a good example for me, and something that I know that I can look as somebody to emulate. So I appreciate and value the time that I was able to spend with him. Likewise, like to offer welcome to our new commissioner, Chris Hudson, and look forward to working with him. Had some opportunity to work with him on some other projects in the past, and know that this will be a positive relationship as well. So thankful to him for his willingness to step up and serve. We did have, I think, probably a record number of people apply for that seat. We had, I think, 4 people, which is a good problem for our council to have. Usually they're selecting from one of one. And in this case, they selected from a group, and draw of the cards is what got Chris here. So don't get to see that very often, but we got to see it this time. He drew 2 twos before he drew the deuce of clubs. So 3 of the 4 twos in the deck he drew.
Don't play cards with the guy.
Don't play cards with Chris Hudson.
Uh,
And with that, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. All right, there being nothing else on the agenda for this evening, we will consider this meeting adjourned.
Maybe our fastest one, 11 minutes?
Yeah.